So we've identified just now through what you've said is training, molding. Now let's go a bit deeper, right? Let's go a bit deeper. So the running, screaming, crying, yelling doesn't stop you. It encourages you to continue the action, right? And to reinforce it whenever you get upset again and you want to teach me not to do it again through this choice of reaction, right? So you call it molding and teaching and, the words you used, right? I've really honestly changed my perspective on this to now realize that this is actually, I've learned, is trauma bonding, where you went through it and now you're putting me through it. And you want me to normalize it. You want me to normalize that me seeing someone reacting to my form of reaction, you want me to see that as normal when you are seeing that as normal. So if somebody is crying, yelling, running from me while I am reacting in a physical response through what a Bible has said to do, through its own vague statement, by the way, vague, but yet passively straightforward, but covertly vague. There's a lot of inhumane, there's a lot of very inhumane actions that can be committed through desensitizing yourself through this statement and normalizing it with a word called discipline, which is lying to yourself and to the person you're doing it to. And I'm really concerned you don't actually see the problem here. No, I'm not going to lie, I didn't appreciate any of your reactions, and I honestly didn't appreciate you not choosing to approach me in a different way. Me having this conversation with you now is me confronting someone that actually put fear into me and taught me to love them through fearing them and feeling intimidated by them, while at the same time knowing that those were things that I was feeling. Also, as a contradiction, you didn't want me to be afraid or intimidated, because then you nurtured me after the infliction of the action through hugging me later on, gifting me something, wanting me to enjoy my time with you, knowing what the heck just happened, and wanting me to see the positives within you after the negatives, even though the negatives inflicted pain, to create a emotional entanglement of fear, intimidation, and then confusing me into seeing that as love through your other approaches of showing me how you're going to show up for me when it comes to being in the position of being my parent or someone that looked after me, which are your forms of nurturing. There's a very big gray area going on here, and I'm calling it out. Because if you're triggered by my choice of actions and behavior that upset you and you don't appreciate it, or I happen to do something you feel disrespected by, you're supposed to allow me the space to learn from my mistakes by setting boundaries with me and having consequences to those boundaries that don't involve a physical imposed reaction. Because you also have to hold space for yourself to work through the emotions you're choosing not to work through because you're busy obsessing over wanting to control me because you don't appreciate how I'm not meeting your expectations for how you expected me to show up in your eyes because you're still busy trying to mold me and train me to be what you want through this choice of action. Let's also consider the fact that when you teach me to make sure I don't let anybody put their hands on me, that you contradict that statement and teaching by you being the one that is obviously doing that through your choice of reaction when you're upset. And so basically, you're